Good morning and welcome back, guys. As I told you yesterday, today I will show you the deck list that you can take to the ladder today, playing the Memento stuff. If you don't know how to play Memento, I have made a video about this yesterday. The most important one card combo, you can go check that out in the top right corner. I have linked it there. So we are playing 40 cards this year. Obviously, you can go above that if you want to. We have some one-offs like the Dkayed Command Creation, the Dkayed, the Haunted Dragon, the Maze, and the Goblin. So if you would want to, you could go over 40 to reduce the chance of drawing them, because obviously you want to open the starters, which are more the Darkblade and the Anguish, that you can also search with your Pot of Prosperity. I guess if we would have access to 3 pots, we would play 3 pots to make this more consistent and get the starter more often into our hands. But we are playing clean 40 here. The advantage of this deck, and this I have to say, is that there is some space for non-engine. So you can see right here we have 3, 6, 8, we have plus 3, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 non-engine spots if you want to call or count the called by and the other flex stuff here as non-engine. You could obviously also only count the hand traps. In this case, we will be able to play around 14. No, these are 9, 12, 13 hand traps, which is, I would say, in the middle of the decks being able to play amount of hand traps. Some can play more, 15-ish like Snake Eyes. Others can play less. Others will be even able to play more, like Tenpai Dragon with 22, but that's some other crazy stuff to talk about. We are obviously playing the boss monster here. I've shown you in the combo guide what this wants to do. We only need this once. We will summon it on our end board, and then we have our one-offs: Dkayed, Haunted Dragon, the Maze, the Goblin, and where's the other one? No, these other 3, and the Maze, Goblin, Dkayed, and the Haunted Dragon. Then obviously Tsuchanogo, the horse, a really strong effect, and obviously an extender that if we do not control any face monsters besides Memento monsters, we can then special summon this one here. Then we have the Darkblade, which is the starter for the whole combo. Our basic searcher, the Anguish. So Anguish is kind of like a Stratos for the deck. It's the like dedicated searcher that also has the bonus effect. Like all of them have to destroy something and then do something. We want the Mementolian Fusion at 3, of course. This is a really strong one, as you have seen in the combo tutorial. If you have destroyed monsters on your turn, which you always do with your Memento monsters, then you can use the Mementolian Fusion. You can use stuff from your graveyard into the deck, shuffle that back into the deck to fusion summon into our Mementolian Twin Dragon here, which at the moment is the only fusion monster. We will get another one come the next support wave. Then we have a Bone Party, which is a card we have not seen in the combo deck part tutorial, but this is very, very strong. This is basically like a Rescue Ace Emergency. Oh no, like is it Emergency? Yeah, Emergency, the quick play spell. It's basically like an emergency and reads: destroy 1 Memento monster in your hand or face a field. Take a Memento monster from your deck with a different name and either add it to your hand or special summon it in defense position. It's a quick play spell, so you can dodge stuff with this. This is always strong. Your opponent impermanents you or effect failures you, and you can just dodge this with the Mementolian Bone Party. And then you can also banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Memento monster you control. If it attacks a defense position monster this turn, inflict piercing damage to your opponent, which is very nice because the Mementolian Dkayed Command Creation has 5,000 attack and also have has the ability while you control no other monsters, this card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each, which it's easily achievable because you have your effects that you can use with your other Mementolian monsters. I showed you this in the combo where you can destroy them, so it's not hard to clear your board and get the combined creation on the field and then maybe give it piercing damage. You also have 3 Bone Parties here. Hopefully for everyone wanting to build this, the 3 offs are not the ultra rares, though I guess some of them will. So depending on how it works, this might not be the most cheap deck, especially because you will need a lot of cards. As you can see, the engine is not small, it is quite big. So I guess we will at least have one of the 3 offs being an ultra rare, so we know that combined creation is one with an animation, and then we will probably see these other ones being ultra rares as well, but remains to be seen. Maybe the field spell, which would be nice because we only need one of this. We have the Cranium Burst, which I showed you this in the combo guide, together with the combined creation, combines for 5 monster negates at the max, I would say. Then we have the field spell, which definitely could be better, but it's also not bad. It's nice to have it. We can search it, and definitely not the worst. And obviously we are playing triple maxi, because why wouldn't we? You always play triple maxi. Obviously we will play triple ash just to counter the maxi, and then the called by package. You could obviously also go play the crossout package together with this, and obviously you can choose your own hand traps to go with this lineup. You can also choose broad breakers if you want to, obviously, if that's the style that you want to go for. We are playing the impermanences. I think the pot is quite nice. It's just strong. Seeing as the 6 top cards of your deck is very amazing, so that's what we want to do. We are playing a Rota, which is an additional copy of our Mementolian Darkblade, which is our 1-card combo starter here. You can also make some nice combos with the Anguish. We have a triple tactics talents. This is a flex spot, right? Seeing all of these one-offs that I have put in here, you might be tempted to also put out a cross or designator in here, also a possibility, because you will summon a lot, so you are definitely weak to Maxi and to Nibiru. You can do something against Nibiru. I have shown you this in the combo part, but it's better that you have some protection against it. If your opponent has the Nibiru, being able to cross out this is way better, because as I already said, you summon a lot, so you play hard into Maxi and Nibiru. We have 3 effect veilers here. These I have in here because these are nice in the Snake Eyes meta environment, just to effect veiler the Snake Eye Ash. But as I already said, you can flex these spots as you want. And then there's one Nibiru. This could also be the cross out designator, but having one Nibiru and then having one cross out designator is also quite nice. So you could also think about, I don't know, putting one of the effect veilers out for a cross out designator, so that you can cross out talents, you can cross out a pot, you can cross out a nip, and you can cross out all the other hand traps. So either a talents, or I would say go for the cross out, which might be a card that you personally have, because not everyone has a talents, but most people have crossouts. Then we have the extra deck, where we are playing an Anima. We obviously have 2 level 1 bodies here that we can, if we need to, use the Anima to clear for. Because we have spellcasters like the Anguish, we are playing the Selene package, which gets you into your access code talk. All right, so if you have 3 bodies, that gets you, so you might only have 2 bodies, right? If you have 2 bodies that can go into dark, and your opponent has a dark monster in the grave, then you can use them to go into Selene, and then Selene could revive your witch, and then they could make an access code talker. But this needs to be said, both of them are ultra rare, so if you don't want to play them here because you don't have them, you don't need to. And this is definitely not an extreme important part of this deck. So if you are short on resources, you don't need to get any of these 3, because all of them are ultra rares. I think they are just good, but you don't need them. Then we have a Dracostapelia that we can make with the fusion. We have obviously the fusion. Hopefully this is not an ultra. You at least need 2 of these. You might not need 3 of these. So if this is an ultra rare, you might also be able to cut one here. We have obviously the SP Little Knight. This card you want to get, just get one SP Little Knight and be golden. One of the coolest cards ever to hit the game. We have Cross Sheep because we can summon a lot. We have this fusion summon. This could end up being quite nice. I've put a Blackluster Soldier of Chaos in here. This is an ultra that you can get from a structure deck. Also a flex spot. You definitely don't need this. The dark is quite nice, I think, because you have some dark monsters, and dark is a type that is around a lot, so this can help you climb up into other link plays. Though if you are not playing the access code Selene package, then the dark is also less important. The IP Masquerina you definitely want to have. If you don't have one, then go craft one. You always need this card. It's just so amazing. And Guardian Chimera, I would say, is the only ultra rare that I would definitely get if you don't have it, because this is really strong with the Mementolian fusion, giving you another interruption. Though you can't really call Guardian Chimera one interruption, because Guardian Chimera might also be able to destroy 2 and then draw 1. This is better than is 1 interruption. So Guardian Chimera, in my opinion, is more like a 1.5 interruption, if you ask me. We have an Appaloosa, which I think should definitely be in this list. If you don't have one, then get one. It's just too strong, and you can obviously make it by ending up on your IP Masquerina, as I've shown you in the combo guide. You could also go ahead and make an Appaloosa, then you can also go ahead and make SP Little Knight. These will be the 2 main new targets for the IP Masquerina, the Little Knight or the Appaloosa. And then we have a Chaos Angel that you can also make. This is, once again, if you don't have it, you don't need it, but having a Chaos Angel ready is not bad. Some decks just can't out this card, so it's really not bad having this. If you don't have one, then you might think about getting one, but I would say this might not be the most cheapest deck. So if you are short on resources, then you don't need to go for all of these expensive extra deck monsters that I've shown you here. Just focus on the core, because this is more important. The most important ones being the IP Masquerina, the SP Little Knight, the Appaloosa, and the Guardian Chimera. Obviously, the fusion of the archetype also. You can also get away with 2 of these, but these cards you should have. Alright guys, let me know in the comments what you think of this list. Will you go and take Memento to the ladder? Will you go and play the deck, or does this depend on how expensive it is? Let me know guys. Thanks for being here. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell. We will see each other in the next one.